Hello and welcome. In this section, we are going to be looking at something we may not be using now until we talk about CSS, but I think it is something you should get to know because it is part of HTML and it is known as block elements and inline elements. I've created a file which I've called inline block, and we have block and inline elements. So that's what I want to talk about. So when we talk about block elements, we are talking about elements that fill up the whole space. And let's take, for instance, we have been using one since, which is the p tag. P tag is a block element. That means when we create a p tag and we fill in something here, let's say I'll just put lorem 30. So if I save, this is a block element, it fills. If I come here and I create another one, another p tag, something like that, lorem 45 or so, it fills again. So these are block elements. Like, we cannot put another paragraph to continue in the same place. So these are known as block elements. Then on the other hand, we have what is known as inline elements. An example of an inline element which we have been looking at is the a tag, which is the anchor tag used for creating a web page. So this is an inline element, http facebook.com, and we indicate here Facebook. So this is an inline element here. So that is it. It comes in the same line. So I believe you get the picture. When we talk of block elements, it creates a new block and then inline elements continues. So in talking about block and inline elements, we are going to be using this a lot, which is known as div for block. And I've opened my Mozilla development network, and this is a definition for div. It says that it's a generic container for flow contents. It has no effect on the content or layout until it is tied with CSS. So like I said, we are going to use it when we are working with CSS, but I'll show us a quick example. It is like a container. Let's say we want to make some things too. I'll add something here. Let's say a header, let's say a h1, welcome to this blog, for instance, and I want to style this separately and I don't want it to affect this one. I can put this in a container, a div container, so that I can style both of them, and then I'll copy these two and I'll paste in here. I'm supposed to cut that rather, so let me just cut it off. Let me align this properly, because it is another thing you need to know, you need to do, is how you can align your work very well so that it will be easy to understand. So if I save now, we have something like this. If I want to work on this, I can give this one a class. Let's call this class but when I begin to type, it completes. I can just press enter and it's like this. I can give this a class of red background. Okay, let's say this red background, and then in the head, I know we've not talked about this, but I just want to show you, I can create a style tag that's in the head, and then I'll call the class which I've created, because I want to style that container using the dot for class. We're going to look at this when we talk about CSS. I'm trying to explain this for you so we can understand how this container works. So bg, and then I can style it now. Let's say background, a red background. I can type red. So if I save this now, you see only this is affected, and then I cannot, if I want to make this, I will just do that, but that's not what we're looking at now. I just want you to understand what this is about. And then I can as well as give it a border 2 pixel solid blue. So you can see it has a border of 2 pixels and solid and blue. I can change it to dotted. We are not looking at this now, but I just want you to understand how this works. So that is one way we can talk about block element. And then when we talk about inline element, if we want to style something inside, we use the span tag. Let's take, for instance, I want to make this Facebook in this place emphasized so that people can see it. So I can just put this in a span tag by, so that I can make it big or something. I'll just put this in a span, close here. I'll copy Facebook, I'll cut it rather, and I'll paste it here. Nothing will happen here, but I can now give this a class. If I give it the same class here, which is class of red bg, which we've used now, and I save this, let's see what happens to Facebook. So you can see the same thing that happens here happened here. So that is how we can use this to work. I just want you to know that this thing exists. We're not going to be using it now until when we begin to style our pages. If we take a look at this site here, we can see that I can simply say this is a container holding all of this. So I can say there is a div here, there is a div here. This could be another div tag holding all of this by this side. And if we take a look at this place, you see that this place has a different color and it is a span. So I just had to show you that it works in different pages. And when we begin to use CSS to style, we are going to use this more often. So I just needed to make this again so you can understand it and see how it works. So this is where I will stop in this video. I want you to subscribe to the channel if you've not done so, and also click on the bell icon so that you get notification whenever I upload a video, and also give a thumb up as well. See you in the next video.